Hello and welcome. My name is Space Muffin and this is the Void Strategy. So today we have a very cool video for you today. We are going to be showing you guys how to beat the Darkshire missions because apparently they're really hard. So normally, we do like a season breakdown. We break down the Halloween event. Pretty self-explanatory, guys. We're going to be getting some new minis, Headless Horseman, Dire Bats. We're going to be going over the Dire Bats and the Headless Horseman in a future video. But for now, I'm going to show you guys how to beat the Darkshire missions. Before we get started, guys, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a positive comment. So for those of you who know my Cenarian deck, we've covered this, in previous videos. And this deck is, at this point, the best one that I have found to be able to beat the Darkshire mission. So before I demonstrate, I want to show you guys just some basic things. So number one, we have Cenarius with Revitalize. We have our Fairy Dragon with Fey Blessing. We have our Trusted Quillbore with Tunnel Vision. We have our Blizzard with Cold Snap. We have our Bog Beast with Flourish. We have our Moonkin with Vengeance. And then we have our Ancient of War with Sapling. You can actually replace the Ancient of War if you want with the Dryad if you really want to. In fact, let's just do that. And then let's go and give her Thorns. So I'll kind of talk about the deck here. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the key to this is it's all about resource management, but you're not going towards necessarily one objective. Your goal is to survive. And I love this idea here. So first thing you want to do is you want to get as much gold as humanly possible. And you want to keep an eye on where the boss is. And you want to put Cenarius kind of away from the boss. Okay? Don't worry about those guys. Those guys are going to die. Not a big deal. Yeah, very good. You want to keep Cenarius alive, but he's not necessarily the priority. The priority is really protecting these two towers here. Okay? So keep doing that. Now, the reason why we have... You'll notice, like, a lot of our minis bind people. So, it's all about kind of binding their units. You see what I'm saying? And then when the Bog Beast inevitably dies, you're able to essentially... bind them even more. So the fact that we have two Cenarius out, they're going to ignore the boss for a little bit, and then they potentially get to survive. I'm kind of distracted here talking to you guys, but they get to survive, and then they get to kind of like keep healing. If that makes any sense. Versus, in other words, they have more survivability. So the one thing you want to do here is usually these guys come in with the Blood Mage. You want to try to hit them all at the same time, even if that means you have to sacrifice a little bit of your towers, basically. The towers are a priority, but you also want to make sure that you're able to get. I'll put it this way: you just don't want any meat wagons or blood mages hitting your main tower. So yeah, here, we're gonna do this. Everything's going exactly as we need it to go. And then what we're gonna do now is we are going to plop out... Well, actually, let's see where we're at. Okay, we got more of these guys coming. These guys are a priority. Do that. Not a big deal. So they got that frozen. And then... Everything's looking good, actually. Everything's looking so far so good. Let's put him out. Let's try to mine a little bit. And then what we're actually going to do is... We might need to do some distracting, but I think everything so far so good. Let's put Cenarius out. And then let's go ahead and put that out. So he gets... Yeah. He gets that. That's good. Plop Cenarius out. So as you can see, we've kind of done a good job of kind of, the survivability, basically, is kind of what we're looking at. And then I believe if we destroy these guys, we should be good to go. Yeah, there we go. Awesome, guys. We're going to go ahead and run it one more time just so you guys know it wasn't a fluke. So let's go ahead and put out our bog beast to start grabbing chests. Let's put out our dryad also to grab some chests. Let's start mining. And let's go ahead and, yeah, really protect the bog beast there. We have Necro on deck. He's rolling up. Not a big deal. Got to pay attention to where the boss is. So the boss is going that way. You know what? Let's go ahead and put Cenarius here. I know I kind of contradicted what I said earlier. But basically the idea is that Cenarius will eventually get hit by a bunch of dudes. But then he'll be able to heal a little bit. And then he'll be able to go through the boss. So, yeah, okay, those guys are doing great. And then what you can start to do is you can start to get a little party with Cenarius going. So, like, you get twice the heals, and then, you kind of get a nice little thing going for survivability. And then, of course, we know that our Blood Mage and these guys are going to spawn, which they just did. So that's great, perfect timing. Go ahead and wait there. Everything looks great. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Actually, let's go ahead and let that happen there. And then let's go ahead and see what's going on over here. Everything looks fine. I'm going to go ahead. I want to get rid of that Blood Mage. So let's go ahead and do that. And then let's go ahead and plop out. We got a mine. And then let's go ahead and... Okay, Cenarius is doing amazing. Look how beautiful he is. So let's go ahead and do that. Very beautiful. Okay, so Cenarius is doing exactly what Cenarius needs to do. So, very good, very good. Okay, so, everybody's looking good. Let's go ahead and put out our Bog Beast. And let's go ahead and put out our Dryad. And let's go ahead and pop the Necro. Perfect, so everyone's spawning exactly as we want them to spawn. Very good. And then let's go ahead and do this. Let's go and do a little bit of distracting. We can round everybody up at the same time. Yeah, very good. We're going to round everybody up. And then hopefully we get rid of all these dudes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so everything's looking good. So far, so good. We got a lot of the fairy dragons out. As you can see, they're putting in the work. We got that darn necromancer. You gotta pop the necros. You really gotta pop the necromancers. So, obviously we're gonna try to grab some chests. We got some dudes rolling up over here. Not a terribly big deal, to be honest. But, let's go ahead and put out our Moonkin to eat some of this damage. And there we go. Awesome, guys. So there you have it. That's the way to beat the missions as of week 1. And so, kind of what's coming next. So, obviously, Age of Empires Mobile is coming out, so we're going to be pumping out a lot of those videos, so stay tuned for that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. Leave a positive comment. If you guys want to see more videos like this, feel free to let me know, and, we'll try to make it happen. Stay tuned for the Headless Horseman and Dire Batlings. We're going to be doing a breakdown and we're going to be showing you some cool stuff you can do with those units. So, we will see you guys in the next video.